Hi. A little bit different video. You're gonna have to excuse the animal noises. They don't shut up, especially if I'm out here talking. Anyway, thought I might show you what I'm always carrying around on my bag. So this is a GoPro DT2 Day Tripper backpack. Obviously, you guys see me always looking at my wrist first a lot, right? When I'm looking for wherever I'm going, looking for points of interest, whatever, you know, in a video. This is a Garmin 601 wrist-mounted GPS. The path that I'm going to take, I'll make that on Google Maps and then load it into this, and that's why you see me always glancing at it. But this thing is awesome. You'll see me carrying this on my backpack now pretty much all the time. Just a standard bump helmet. As you can see, it's gotten some use. It's pretty scarred up, really scarred up actually. I don't know if you can see that or not. It is good to have. And it's also, I put a GoPro mount on the front of it. It's like a religion around helmets, man. I'm not even kidding. The fact that Seth and Kim don't wear helmets, like cavers, like people that are really into that kind of stuff, like they're religious about it. Like they've taken it, like censored my videos, taken them down off with sites and stuff because people weren't wearing helmets or whatever. That's not why I wear a helmet. I wear it because, as you can see, it's one less thing you got to worry about. If you aren't paying attention to what you're doing and you get sidetracked by things that you're looking at or looking for, you raise up, man. You forget where you're at. You forget how tall the ceiling is. You dome yourself pretty good. That's why I wear one. It's just practical and it's useful. This is the second GoPro I have. This is what you're watching on right now is the Max. This is the GoPro Max 360, the VR camera. This is just a regular GoPro. It's a Hero 9 Black. I'll use this to show you what you are watching me through right now. So that is the camera that you're watching me through right now. It's got lenses on both sides, and as you can see, it's pretty banged up. With what I do, I have to use a GoPro. I learned that pretty quickly early on. Yeah, any other camera, I'm gonna break it pretty quickly. And GoPros, man, they are freaking tough. Just an aside note, GoPro doesn't sponsor me. None of these gear companies I don't have any sponsors, so I'm just telling you what I use and showing you what I carry. This is the stick you guys always see. This is obviously seen better days as well. That's the GoPro stick that I use. It's like the El Grande or something. I don't know. That's what the camera you're watching me through right now is usually mounted on. The main flashlight I use, it's an XML2. It's rechargeable, first of all, and you can pull that out and it focuses almost like a pinpoint, so I can actually see deep into like really dark places much better than, that's why I like it. Of course, you see me use this freaking sword, Jungle Hunter. I don't know, it's a good machete. I try the flimsy Walmart machetes. Yeah, no, pretty useful, especially in the summertime. Not so much in the winter. I'll still carry it in the winter just in case. The briars that we have to go through, they don't actually die, they just stay there. You gotta cut your way through those, they just dry out. You guys have seen this, you probably know what it is. It's a drinking tube for a water bladder. The water bladder is right inside the front pocket. Laura Ham got that for me. Laura, if you're watching, it's probably one of the most useful things. She's a subscriber that watches my channel. Before that, I was using like a regular old Walmart bladder, and yeah, those things fall apart, they break. I always carry two of these. I got a lot more in the house, but it's just more light. One's a blue Kim lights. That one, the other one's white, but yeah, they're just Kim lights. So I just keep them in the pack. I throw them in my pocket when we go in like a cave or, you know, a mine, just to have a backup. It's basically a backup of a backup because we already have two sources of light, at least two sources when we go into a cave or a mine. But I've also got these in my pocket. The Leatherman tool, I always keep it in the side pouch next to the machete. You guys know what that is. I've used it, you know. Somebody got that for me too, so another subscriber got that for me. So I've also got a bunch of carabiners. Always, I've got like 3 on the pack. They're all used to secure the helmet to the pack. Of course, you can use those for lots of other things. This little baggie has more rechargeable AAAs. Oh, that's another thing. Everything I use as far as batteries, it's either the product itself is rechargeable or it uses AAAs. That way, I've got the same battery for everything. Not only that, the batteries that I use are also rechargeable AAAs. So, and I've got a few like regular old batteries in this bag too, the AAA like normal Energizer batteries or whatever, but primarily I use the rechargeables. Extra batteries that I keep charged for both GoPros, 2 extra for the Max besides the one that's in it, and then I've got 1 extra for the 9. Extra car key, the extra car key, I keep it in the backpack. If I do something stupid when I'm like getting sidetracked or excited about getting on the trail and then I freaking lock my keys in the car in the middle of the woods, well, I've got this in the pack. So it hasn't come up yet. Waiting for it to. I'm sure it will one day. So now what's inside the pack, obviously wallet, keep it in the backpack. Aside from the GPS, that's a compass that my mom gave me. I keep it in there. It's a regular magnetic compass. It's actually a really nice one. She's even got it inscribed on the front. But I keep it in there because, you know, I mean, you can't rely on tech to always work. There's a million reasons why you would want a regular compass. I also use my phone too. I put everything on Google Maps and I pull up Google Maps before I go on whatever trip I'm going on. Got the phone, I've got the GPS, and I got the compass, and I usually memorize, get a mental picture of where I'm at and landmarks before I go on a trip. This is what you usually see me carrying. It's the normal concealed carry holster that I use. So if you don't see the gun on me, like in this holster, it's because it's in this one and it's concealed. This is what I carry, always. This is a Glock 19 Generation 3, you know, mid-size 9mm. Now, if you ever see it outside of, you know, where you can clearly see it, basically non-concealed, this is the holster I use. This is from a company called urbex. It's actually an Israeli defense company. They're good quality stuff, and they're not expensive. They're really freaking tough. As you can see, this one's already got some wear on it, but it's just a level 1 retention holster. Okay, I'm gonna try and go through the rest of this kind of quick because I don't want this to be like a 3-hour long video. This is an entrenching tool. This is what I carry. Usually carry it. I don't always carry it. I mean, it's not light, okay? And every ounce that you put in a pack, you know, it adds up. I use them for digging out mines, which that one has been used quite a few times for that, as you probably know. Another source of light, this is actually a lantern. It's actually for the camera you're watching me on because the 360 really likes the omnidirectional light. It helps to increase the exposure for both lenses. Bug spray for obvious reasons. I always carry bug spray, obviously. Here's 2 things in one. This is a bunch of paracord. I keep it wrapped around a life straw. Zach got me this life straw. I haven't had to use it yet. I mean, I did test it, but I haven't had to actually use it yet. I came close. You guys know what a life straw is. It basically allows you to just drink out of a mud puddle. Keep it in the pack. It just stays in there. The paracord, a million things you can do with paracord. Another source of light, this is the headlamp that I usually put on the hat or on the helmet itself. It's nothing special, just an Energizer, like run-of-the-mill freaking headlamp, AAA. And here's the stuff you guys never get to see and hopefully don't really ever need to see. Number 1 thing, snake bite kit. I just carry it. I haven't used it yet, but yeah, it's got the little plunger sucker. It's got the razor in it, the tourniquet, and all kinds of stuff on the, you know, it's a snake bite kit. This is just a pelican case. It's like a little survival kit that I kind of made up. It's got a towel in it. I haven't opened this thing in a while. Another compass, a whistle. It's got some extra AAA batteries. Probably need to check those. I don't know if they're still good. I've got iodine tablets, water purification. I've got stormproof matches. I've got fire starter bricks right here, just to make it easier to start a fire. This is like for worst case scenario, right? Like, and this is stuff that just stays in the pack. I don't take it out. Trash bags. You might ask yourself, what's with the trash bags? Some of you might already know. I got that idea from Les Stroud, Survivor Man. Said one of the coolest things you can bring with you and have in a survival situation is a trash bag. And if you think about it, it makes sense. I mean, it can be shelter. It can be a rain poncho. It can be a water catcher. It can be another carrier for things. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with plastic sheeting, you know. especially plastic sheeting that you can kind of mold to whatever you need. So I carry a bunch of trash bags in here. The towel, there's a lot of things you can do with the towel. You know, I mean, you can use it to keep you warm. You can actually catch rainwater with it. A lot of things I can think of for why I'd want a towel in a survival situation. And then there's this little guy. This is an international first aid kit. You guys, the safety people, probably feel a lot better once they see what's in this thing. I bought this as one kit and I've added to it, so it's a lot more comprehensive than what it was originally. As far as medical stuff goes, man, we've got splints. I've got 2 tourniquets. I've actually got a bunch of quick clot, and I don't want to take it apart too much because I kind of got it all situated in there the way I want it. Tons of gauze, obviously, gauze pads. Quick clot, that's for use with gunshot wounds, deep lacerations that won't stop bleeding. This will cause the laceration to basically clot up. It's more like a surgeon kit at this point. It's got little scalpels in there and everything. There's a lot of stuff that could help you if I were ever in that situation. I got a plastic spoon, you know, cause spork, whatever. And then for stuff that's not in the pack, gloves. I prefer mechanics gloves with the impact stuff on the knuckles. You can ball your fist up for climbing, like crawling through a mine or whatever. You can use your knuckles and you don't have to worry about, like, you know, hurting your hands or whatever. This is the snake armor you always see me wearing. Kind of like a PVC material in there. I haven't tested them, but something tells me that they're gonna work pretty good. It's pretty tough stuff. You've seen me wear this little pouch, not the knee pads, I just got this stuck on there for convenience. This is a gas mask. These filters are CBRN rated. What good that's gonna do me in like a mine or enclosed space, I don't know. I mean, it may give me a few extra seconds. It's an MSA. I can't remember the name of it. It has like a, you know, product name or whatever. I don't remember what it was. It's nice to have in those spaces where you don't really know what the air quality is going to be like. It may help filter out some harmful gases and particulates, especially in a confined space where there's not a lot of ventilation. Obviously, if the oxygen has been pushed out of a space by like sulfur or something, then, you know, you're not getting an oxygen supply here. You're just filtering the air. I mean, it's not an oxygen tank. Obviously, it's a gas mask. So always have a knife, always. This isn't just for, you know, going out in the woods and looking for stuff or anything. I always just wear a knife, just like I always wear a gun. It's like a natural law. My grandpa Jim, he was pretty big on that. That's pretty much it for what I carry. Hopefully that answers any questions you guys had of what might have been in the pack, because you guys have been watching me walk around for years with this pack on, but I never, you know, I mean, I've told you from time to time, like, I got this in there, I got that in there. Well, here's what I really got in there, and this is what I carry. And it's not light, but better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. As far as safety goes, I mean, I think of it like a percentage. Sorry, it's raining a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the microphone. I want to improve my chances. I want my survival percentage to be as high as I can get it, but still be able to do the things I want to do. You can always tell the difference between the ones that are legitimately worried about you and the ones that are just trolling. And I'm probably not supposed to tell you this because it's not good YouTube content creator etiquette or whatever, but I actually like the trolls. I like fighting with them, honestly. I know I'm not supposed to like that, okay? I know that, but it's kind of fun sometimes. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? Those aren't the ones with legit concerns. They're just there to say, oh, that's a good way to die or whatever. You know the type. They're not actually being helpful. They're just trying to drop a one-liner and look cool in front of everybody, you know, all their friends or whatever. I just like to fight on the internet, I guess. I don't know. What do you want me to say? It's kind of fun though. And I mean, I don't get a lot of them, but you know, it happens from time to time. It's kind of the fun of the internet. But that in a nutshell is what you see on my back every time you watch one of my videos. I think if I ever have any real problems, there's a good chance that it'll be a snake bite because they're everywhere. And of course I wear the snake armor on my legs, but when you're crawling through a cave like you've seen, and you run up on a copperhead like you've seen me do, the shins were the farthest thing away from them. Like, Everything else was unarmored. But we try to be vigilant. I mean, we all know there's a difference between being brave and being stupid, and it's kind of like an arbitrary line. It's a line that you have to set in your head, and you have to stay objective about it. There's no safety net out there. So I have to rely on my own judgment to know when I've gone far enough, and to know what distance or what action would be too far. There's no real way to teach that or to really describe it. It's just each situation you get into is different. You just have to keep a calm head on your shoulder, I guess, and be able to think objectively about what you're doing. It's not a competition, right? It's not like oh, I dare you to do that. It's not like that. I may want to do a thing really bad, and then I think outside of myself, right? I look at it objectively, and I'm like, that's a bad idea. You may be fine. You may be 100% fine if you do it this one time, but what are the chances that you won't be? That's kind of the thing. So if that chance gets too high in my head and I set that it passes that arbitrary line, whatever I've come up with, then it has served me well so far. You know, like a risk assessment. You keep running in your head. It's the best way to do it. This video isn't in response to anything, by the way. Honestly, it was mainly just to show you what I carry. So, okay. We'll title this video "Rooster Crows a Whole Lot and Dogs Bark," because that's what's up. Good game. See you out there.